Hello and welcome to Cardiff Central Station. This is the starting point for an epic journey I'm about to embark upon, where I'm going to travel all across the UK, entirely guided by AI.
Here's the plan. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to name any train station in the UK, and then I'm going to jump on the first available train going there.
Here is my train.
When I arrive, I'm going to explore the local area.
Looks like a lot of steps.
Before doing the same again.
I can imagine it's very noisy in here when the bells are going.
And again. And again.
The journey is the interesting part, it's not necessarily a destination.
I'll have absolutely no idea where I'm going until just before I travel there.
Makes it sound awesome, doesn't it?
It's a journey that will take me across the entire country.
What I'm craving right now is a square sausage sandwich.
Visiting places I didn't even know existed.
I have never heard of this place.
Full of ups and downs.
It's a beautiful city. No way I'm getting out of here tonight. This is good. It looks like standing room only. This scenery is amazing. Beautiful.
Let's get started.
Okay, so this is the prompt I've written. This is what I'm asking ChatGPT. I am planning a trip around the UK, and I hope to discover hidden gems and unique locations that may or may not be well known. Travel will only be by train. Can you name one of the thousands of national rail stations and say what's so interesting about it? That's all it knows. Now I'm going to press go, and I'm going to go to the very first station that it says. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Berwick-upon-Tweed. Okay, here we go. Certainly, this is what ChatGPT is telling me. Certainly. One hidden gem is Berwick-upon-Tweed station. It's the northernmost station in England and one of the first stations you encounter when crossing the border from Scotland. The station itself has a charming Victorian building, and from there you can explore the historic town of Berwick-upon-Tweed with its Elizabethan walls, stunning coastline and picturesque bridges over the River Tweed. It's a great starting point for exploring both England and Scotland's border regions. I think that's a pretty good start. Okay, right, let's find out how I can get to Berwick-upon-Tweed. So the first train out of here is at 10:52. It's going to take me 9 hours and 29 minutes to get there. Wow, okay. Well, there is a faster train if I leave slightly later at 11:45, and I can get there sooner as well. Why wouldn't it suggest that as the first option? It's a bit weird, but okay. So I need to go from Cardiff to University Birmingham, to Birmingham New Street, and then to Berwick-upon-Tweed straight from New Street. Okay, but that doesn't leave till 11:45, which is an hour and 15 minutes from now. Okay, so the other one that leaves sooner has got a rail replacement bus, which I do not want to do. So it looks like I'm waiting here till 11:45. Oh, it's actually quite annoying having a long wait for the train. I was kind of hoping to be, I was kind of hoping to be travelling a lot sooner. I've just noticed I've misread the travel itinerary I need to take, and in fact I don't need to change at university. It's just that it was offering me a split ticket, which splits at university, but I can just stay on the train to New Street. So there's only 2 trains in total, which is actually quite nice, and it's cross country all the way. Now I know that cross country doesn't have very good onboard catering, so I just stopped off at the local Tesco to grab myself a sandwich and a snack for lunch, just in case nothing comes through. I've also got a 10-minute change at Birmingham New Street, so if there's even a slight delay, I possibly will miss the connection. It's saying it's from platform 9 to platform 10, so I'm kind of hoping it's cross-platform and not have to go up and over. Unfortunately, with Brighton so late, there's probably not much time to do much while I'm there, so maybe I'll wake up early and explore it in the morning before heading off to the next station. That isn't my train, it's the next one. The 11:45. Train sit. Departing right on time.
The 11:45 says to Birmingham Street.
I did buy something before I left because the trolley came round. They don't have any sandwiches. They have like snacks and stuff, but drinks, but no, nothing substantial. So Tesco wraps it is. Birmingham New Street. I need to go to platform 10. Okay, this is platforms 8 and 9, so I need to change. It's the 1403 to Edinburgh from platform 10A. But the good thing is that the train that I need to get is actually, I believe, coming down the same tracks I was just on, so we weren't going to get overtaken. And also, I thought I had a 10-minute change because that's what the app told me, but I had a close look at the timetable, and the time it told me it was departing Birmingham was actually the time it's arriving at Birmingham, and it sits there for 8 minutes. So I actually have an 18-minute change, which is fine. You know, because I basically arrived on time. Alright, maybe like 2 minutes late. There's my train. It looked pretty full, but I'm kind of hoping that maybe it'll empty at Birmingham. Although I can see there's a lot of people trying to get on this, so I better hurry up and find myself a seat. It's almost 2 o'clock and it's pretty busy, so I don't want to be standing. Like standing room only. That is horrendous. Some available for first class, but I'm not sure if I want to upgrade. I'll just have to just get on and see what I can do.
I ended up sitting in the vestibule by the disabled toilet. I did try to sit in a couple of seats, but they had been reserved, and so I was quickly kicked out of those. I did find a seat eventually after we pulled into Derby, but this was about an hour and a half after we left Birmingham. I found out that the reason it was so busy was because the line out of King's Cross was closed that day, and so passengers were using it as an alternative route. But the train was far too small to handle that volume of people. The train kept getting busier and busier, which also made it very difficult to vlog. And so as we approached York, I decided to look at alternative options.
Okay, so a bit of an update. I put up with this train as far as York, and then I decided, let's see if there's other options. And there's an LNER train leaving in a couple of minutes from here, which also stops at Berwick. So I decided that instead of staying on this overcrowded cross-country train that's only got only 3 cars as standard, I'm going to go and get the LNER train, which started at Peterborough because of the line disruption today, and it hasn't stopped at all since Peterborough. So I'm hoping, therefore, that when it stops here, there will still be plenty of seats. Aberdeen by Edinburgh, platform 9. Yeah. Okay, we've got 10 minutes. Goodbye, overcrowded train. I look at that, there was even people standing up in first class, so hopefully this was a good decision. Now, this train will get me in about 15 minutes after that one would have, but I think in order to get a nicer journey, hopefully that's the best decision. Looks like I was right. It's the Aberdeen train. And look at it, it's like empty. This is going to be a great rest of the journey.
We are now at York.
Okay. Going from a train where it was standing room only to a train where I literally get to choose where I sit. It's great.
Hello, and welcome on board this LNER Azuma to Aberdeen.
I mean, I would show you out the window, but you literally can't see anything when it's dark, so there's no point.
Berwick-upon-Tweed, Edinburgh Waverley, Haymarket.
So LNER do this at-seat ordering service. So I thought I'd give it a go. I've never tried this before, so I'm just placing
which just seemed intriguing to me, chickpea curry. Doesn't really explain what it is, but it feels like it's chickpea curry wrapped in a naan bread, almost like a calzone pizza type situation. We'll see what it arrives. And also a couple of bottles of wine because it's evening and why not. So I've just placed the order 3 minutes ago. And we'll see how long it takes to arrive. I just arrived into Durham, I want to say. Or was it Darlington? I can't remember.
We are now at Darlington.
There you go, Darlington. Food has arrived. It took 11 minutes. I don't think that's too bad. There we go. A couple of wines. I'll have one of these now and one in the hotel later. And this is the chickpea naan bread thing. It's actually quite nice.
We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
Berwick-upon-Tweed. If you're leaving us here, please make sure you take all your personal belongings with you. Thank you for travelling with LNER.
Here I am, Berwick-upon-Tweed, destination number 1. That was a long journey, but I suppose if you're going to come to the most northerly town in England, it's going to take a while. Berwick-upon-Tweed. So, fun facts about Berwick-upon-Tweed. It keeps switching between England and Scotland, like historically. I mean, it's been England for, I don't know, centuries now. And also, up until quite recently, it was still at war. Every time that they go to war, they say that England and Scotland and Berwick-upon-Tweed are at war with X country. And they also did it with peace, so they say like England, Scotland and Berwick-upon-Tweed are no longer at war with X country. I don't even know where I'm going. Anyway, there was one war particularly where they forgot to include Berwick-upon-Tweed. They just said England and Scotland, or however which was, is no longer at war. Which technically meant that Berwick-upon-Tweed was still at war. So what I'm going to do is go to my hotel, dump my bag, and then I might go explore for a bit, I might not. Depends how I feel when I get there and the vibe I'm getting as I'm walking through. Ooh. Okay, I thought I'd have to press the button there. This is a nice looking station. I mean, it's difficult to see in this light. I'll have a look again in the morning when it's actually light and you can actually see some things. Okay, so I think it's down this way. There's a hotel right there. And why didn't I see that in my search? It would have been great to just step out the station and go straight into a hotel. It's called Castle Hotel. Oh well. No idea what that is. But this is cool. Look at this. I believe this is like a castle wall. It's one of the only towns in the country that is completely enclosed still by a castle wall. The street's pretty quiet, there's only a few people on it, there's a few takeaways open. Obviously it's almost 8 PM on a Monday, so you don't really expect much. I mean, like, even that pub is closed. And that bus is empty. Ooh, a bridal shop. I'm really confused by that shop. It has free wedding dresses out front, but also
says they sell Dulux paint. I don't quite know how they go together. Seems to be some sort of big clock tower thing up there. I think it might be the town hall, but in the dark you can't really see a lot of it. Oh, the street really narrows here, and that is a bright light outside Sports Direct. Whew. Here we are at the Remier Inn. Alright, let's go check in.
Lift going up.
Ooh. Very purple. Okay. Oh, why did you turn off? Did I not put that in properly? Probably not. I've got to say, I've stayed at many Premier Inns in the past, and that is the friendliest check-in that anyone has ever given me. She was so happy, and it seemed like she was absolutely thrilled to be able to do her job. This is where I'm going to be for the night. I'll see you in the morning, and I'll go and explore the town. Hello, and good morning from Berwick-upon-Tweed. It's rather windy here this morning, but I have just decided to come out with the sun and come and explore the town. So I feel like I'm going to explore the walls. As I mentioned yesterday, Berwick-upon-Tweed is encircled by some really old town walls, which still exist and are open to the public. You can walk their entire length. It's rather brisk though. Pretty chilly, but it's first thing in the morning, the sun's behind the cloud. So there were 3 things that ChatGPT suggested that I needed to go and see. First one's these walls, second one's a beach, we'll get over to that eventually. The third one is bridge, and I can see a couple of bridges over there. One of them's got some construction work going on. I think that one in the distance, the viaduct, is the one that I came over on the train. 2 things ticked off at least. One other thing that there is here, which Fran has told me about, that's my wife if you're taking note, is a lighthouse. So I'm going to go find that lighthouse as well. Is that it? No, that's a chimney. Found the lighthouse. It's not that impressive. Also some type of beach down there. I don't think it's like the beach, but it is a beach. Also need to correct some things that I said once I got off the train yesterday, because that was the stuff from my memory, and I've actually done some research into it now. I can tell you about it. Berwick-upon-Tweed has changed hands between England and Scotland many times. One source I found said that its total changes is 13, which is quite a lot. The last change was to England in 1482, and it's been part of England ever since, so that's well over 500 years. So it's been a location of many wars. Most of the times when it's changed between England and Scotland it's been because of war. That fun fact about Berwick-upon-Tweed being at war, it was related to the Crimean War of 1853. The legend goes that during the official declaration of war, Queen Victoria would have wrote that she's Queen of England, Ireland, Berwick-upon-Tweed and all British dominions. But when the peace treaty was signed, Berwick-upon-Tweed was missing from that. However, when it was researched into later, it turned out it probably wasn't true, because there's no evidence to say that Queen Victoria actually used those words. So it's a nice story, but probably just legend. So we're on the ramparts now. This is pretty nice. Also, I can see some people walking their dogs out on the beach over there. Considering it's been raining quite a lot recently, this grass isn't too boggy, which is pretty cool. Yeah, eating my hair. That's basically all of my Berwick-upon-Tweed facts now. Just found some sort of beacon thing as well. Let's go check out what that's about. Oh, there's no plaque on it, so I don't know. It's a thing. All these old buildings are really cool, aren't they? Built of stone and stuff. It's the barracks. Oh look, I found the dead part of town. Must have taken them ages to build this. Like, these walls are massive and they're like full of dirt behind them as well. I wonder how many people died actually building it, because the medieval people weren't really known for their health and safety, were they? Okay, I think I'm coming up to the point where the walls cross the main road. Yeah, here we go. You can see the town hall in the distance there, which you couldn't see before. And then over here, that's where you'll find the B&M. The old medieval B&M. So from here you've got a better view of the viaduct that holds the train line going south, which I might be on very shortly, or I might not. That is entirely left up to fate, or AI, whatever. So I'm gonna go back to my hotel where I've left my bag, have a nice cup of tea, but I think I can declare that Berwick-upon-Tweed is done. Bag acquired. It's time to go to the station, find out where we're going next. This is exciting. So that was Berwick-upon-Tweed. It's quite nice little town. I wish I could have stayed a bit longer to explore it a bit more, but I had to get going. But before we find out where we're going next, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episodes. Okay, I've got ChatGPT up on my screen now. Let's find out where we're going. I have never heard of this place. Okay, let's find out how to get to